walk through the valley of the shadow of hell, you will realize that there is something ahead. Something that lurks behind the dark veil. A veil that is beyond our own comprehension. Beyond the void.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to
Beyond the Void Horror Podcast.
That's right, we're back! In ways that you may not even know. But first, this week is going to be a special week dedicated to ghost stuff. This first episode for Monday is going to be Ghosts, Skeptic, or Believer? So you may notice some voices in the studio here, and one of them... Actually, both of them you might have heard if you guys have been listening to all of our episodes. But we have Patrick.
What's that?
He's back. Our old co-host and sort of fill-in guy, I guess, whenever he can.
You know, I like to fill in the cracks. You know?
Yeah.
That's just what I do.
Sounds disgusting.
Your mom said to do the best thing you're good at. I'm the best damn crack filler there is.
I'll take her word for it.
Oh, Lord.
Christina's here, my girlfriend and confidant.
What's up?
What up?
I'm back.
So how you doing, guys?
Good.
All right, good.
Yeah?
I'm glad to be back. I've kind of missed this studio.
Yeah, and if you guys don't understand why we're doing this, obviously, we told you on the last episode that Brittany was going to be out of town for this week, so she will be back on next week when Patrick and Mike actually come back for the reunion thing. When maybe we get you on the mic too, Christina.
No, I'm good.
I'm sorry,
That's too
Christina.
many
There's not
people.
enough mics, all right? There's not enough mics, and this room's too small.
And I'm
all
not
right?
sharing. I'm
All
not
right.
sharing with anybody. I need my own mic, okay? Okay.
So anyway, we're going to do a bunch of ghost shit today. We're going to do an aftershots today. If you guys aren't familiar with aftershots, it's pretty much where we just do whatever the fuck we want. If we wanted to talk about raisins for the entire episode, we could do that, but we wouldn't do that to you because that's ridiculous. Wow, I can't even speak. But yeah,
Every time, dude, that Sambuca fucks you up.
It
dude.
does get me fucked up a little bit. By the way, guys, Patrick brought a full bottle of Sambuca, which used to be our drink of choice before we started the show because for whatever reason, it just like kicks us into gear.
It gets us amped up, dude.
Yeah,
It
it's like-
amps you I'll take another one of those, by the way.
This is the first time I've ever drank that,
Yeah, do you
and
feel-
I'm awake, like you guys said I would be. I'm amped up.
Do you want another one?
Ready to go. No.
Might be too much
No.
for you.
Yeah.
Let the professionals
Too
handle
much.
this, all right?
She's kind of a lightweight.
But hey, hold on. Don't we have to do the horror?
We'll do horror shots too, but this is a pre-shot.
Yeah,
to
we're
the
taking
horror
another shot.
Oh, so we're pre-gaming the horror
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like pre-cum.
Oh my god.
It's just not a sticky.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a
We're
shot
just
of
doing
water.
Here you go. Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
Oh, don't ever cheers to water. That's bad luck.
You
Oh, is
fucking
it?
bitch.
I hope you choke on it.
No, but seriously, though, it is bad luck.
Yeah, and then speaking of pre-cum, my beer has one.
Suck the head, dog.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
How have you been for the past 3 or so?
Right. I've been all right. This last 2 weeks has been kind of slow. I've been on hiatus, apparently. They're doing some stuff at my work.
So you got to work 1 or 2 full weeks, and then they put you on hiatus for 2 weeks?
Right.
That's
So
really cool.
it kind of pisses me off because my 2 jobs that I work, I work at the Celebrity Theater, and then I do the surveying gig. And they're night and day.
Yeah, but in 1 week's work, right?
I got
You're
like
making,
2.5 weeks of work done before I went on hiatus for 2 weeks.
But what I'm saying is like, because you work 2 weeks, you probably made 2 months of what you were making before.
Probably.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that kind of weighs out. It still sucks because you're like, oh, I got to get all this money. And you're like, fuck, now I got to reserve it.
Right. No, I gotta fuck it. But it just sucks because, one job is like 5 a.m. in the morning till 2 o'clock in the fucking evening. And the other one is like fucking 10 a.m. till like 2 a.m.
Right.
And it's just it's night and day. So it's really hard to adjust.
Yeah, I can understand that. What about you, Christina? Oh, wait, you said you were doing something else too. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for Halloween, dude. I'm trying to figure out my costume.
I always just wait till the very last minute and then not do anything.
Well, right. I think I'm actually right. Since Friday the 13th is such a hot fucking thing this year.
I think you like too.
Right. I think I'm gonna do the 8-bit Jason.
Yeah, that'd be cool as shit, dude.
Right.
You're gonna have to shave your fucking beard off.
I'm wearing a mask, dog. I don't gotta shave shit. What are you talking about?
Bald, bro.
He's bald. I'll get one of those little black caps or whatever. So I'll just be like a shadow figure.
Jason's clean shaven.
Oh my god.
Like a lady's bottom.
Lick his head. Lick his weird eye.
Hey, you guys.
What about you, Christina?
I can't even right now.
What?
I actually did some Halloween shopping yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I went to the at-home store.
Yeah, she loves this
and
shit.
They had, I follow all the blogs and stuff, so I was like, oh my god, they got their Halloween shit out.
Yeah.
I haven't Halloween shopped in like a couple years, so I was like,
home decor stuff.
Yeah. And they sell out of stuff like really fast, so I went yesterday and bought a bunch of shit that we probably don't need.
Which is funny because it's like Halloween's where we shop for the all year round.
Right. So I got some badass candles and
skeleton candles or some shit. What are they called?
They're bones. They're bones, and then I got some melting skeleton
little baby skeletons.
Yeah. Bleeding.
Dude, I totally believe that
candles.
like Halloween, like gothic kids are like, all right, we get to redecorate this year.
Well, most people like we buy stuff afterwards too because while everybody just celebrates it like
once a year,
yeah, like for 1 month.
But that's not true anymore because they're not like clearancing stuff out now. They're saving it till next year. And right now, like, Target's pre-ordering their Halloween stuff because they sell out so fast.
Fuck Target. I'm just kidding.
No, they have, like, great Halloween stuff, though.
Yeah.
I love Target.
They have, like, gothic, like, Halloween stuff.
So what'd you end up getting? Just a quick rundown.
I really needed a front doormat because the one I actually got from Target, like,
what does it
5
say? I
years
didn't
ago,
even see it yet.
It says Happy Haunting. I mean, I hope I can find another one, but still, it's not like I don't like the happy Halloween shit.
Right.
Or the plastic.
Like, what's happy about it?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Or the plasticky Halloween shit. I don't like that.
Well, as far as me, I have been working my ass off because we took that little vacation to the cabin. It's
That
like
was really
I had to
nice.
like rush to get everything done before we went. Then when we were done, like I had to rush to get everything out for that week, and then we had to record. I've been busy every single day since we've been back.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys go with? Because you guys obviously didn't invite me, so you know.
Oh, we went.
We went with their family,
We
dude.
went with my parents and my brother, and we took our dogs. So
Yeah, which he loved the shit out of
yeah,
it.
he
Oh,
was
did he?
like, yeah, he was in heaven. I
But-
think the dogs had more fun than like any of us.
They came back here, and it was kind of like when I went on tour for the band thing.
Yeah.
And I came back, and life was so mundane.
He's
You're like, yeah, whatever.
he's
I was
good-
like depressed. Like,
Murray, Murray's like going through depression right now. He's like, I don't know what to do with my
He looks
life.
pretty calm as fuck right now.
yeah, he was like a
Yeah,
fucking
he is.
angel or a fucking princess in fucking Disney movies, like running around.
Like singing to the birds and squirrel and shit.
Anyway, but yeah, so today we just talked about we're going to be going out to the Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, Horror Nights at Universal Studios.
Yeah, and
in LA.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Actually, big shout out to Joel World of Horror on Horrormino for giving us fucking total fucking like help on like
download.
yeah, the whole download on it because he goes like every year. He buys like the passes.
Oh no shit.
So, but yeah, Joel, thank you so much for all that fucking help, man. Like that shit was awesome. So
I'm
anyway,
so excited.
there's going to be 3 mazes. There's going to be one of the worst ones I could give 2 shits about, but I'll still go through it because what the fuck. Roanoke, American Horror Story.
Okay, yeah, that's still gonna. No, they're still gonna have the other seasons tied into that.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yes, and then there's also gonna be The Shining, which I'm totally stoked for.
Oh, dude, that's like
Right.
the best.
And Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah,
No
which
shit.
Will be,
Yeah.
which will be awesome too.
That's awesome as fuck, but I still think The Shining is a cherry.
I do too. That was the anchor.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. That was the nope, not missing it this year.
Yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead was kind of like the fucking. That was like the cherry on the top.
No,
Right. You know?
no, I think The Shining is the cherry. Because, I mean, like, that's the scene that I remember.
I don't know. I just think it's more like the meat and potatoes of the whole thing was the whole reason we wanted to go is because of The Shining.
Yeah.
Right.
Ash vs. Evil Dead is just like an extra bonus.
It's like filler.
sweet.
That's
Right.
why I say it's
Right.
the cherry on top. Like the cake is really good.
I think of it opposite. So if you think about the cherry, that's like the thing that you're looking for.
you know what? Just fucking agree to disagree, all
Oh,
right?
you know what? Oh shit! I need to look up what Knott's Berry Farm is doing because usually they theme up a couple of their. They actually have more
We can't do all
mazes,
that.
but I know we can't do it. But I've
We're
done
going
Knott's
out-
Berry Farm like 5 times.
We're going out for our buddy
So-
Josh's birthday.
I've never been to California at all.
What?
Never.
Really?
Never stepped.
You live.
Why are you on the beach?
You live 4 hours away from probably 3 hours away from the fucking
Wait,
line.
you go to Vegas like 5 times a year, and you've never been to California?
Never.
you
Never
need to
been to
figure that
California.
out, dude.
No.
That's nuts, dude.
I know.
I would invite
Wait.
you out to go with us.
I've been
but
to Mexico more times than I've.
Wow.
I would invite you out to go with us,
Oh,
but
man.
it's our buddy's birthday, and he kind of
Yeah.
proposed it to us.
Right.
So I don't want to just be like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
so-
we're just going to bring our friends. Fuck you." You know, like,
Hey, I'll say fuck you to him too.
no, but yeah, I'm
At
just
least they're in a
saying.
Group.
But yeah, maybe we should go out sometime. I do want to go. We haven't been on a vacation in years, like 5 years. And I haven't been to fucking any amusement park. He rides rides.
Thank
So
God.
I was
so
like,
I don't have
he was
to.
like, I was like, do you like roller coaster rides? And he was like, fuck yeah, man. I fucking love them. And I was like, sweet. I was like, thank fucking God. So he's going to be sitting holding our
can't-
bags and shit.
I can't
Right.
do roller coasters. Like, I'm afraid of heights.
I'm
and-
afraid the fucking ride will break if I get on it or something. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You guys will be fine. You'll have fun. And I don't mind I love amusement parks. I love walking around them. I love shopping. I love going through just like the mundane rides, you know?
Right. Your little
I
teacups
love
and
haunted
stupid shit.
Yeah.
So
I
you
love
just like the
haunted
shop.
houses.
You like to shop, and you like to eat, and that's it.
Right. That's
she
pretty
just
much
likes the
it.
experience, not
Yeah, I
necessarily
like
the
the
ride.
experience.
You like. I like to see other
I
people
like-
having fun, but
No.
that's all I enjoy.
I like
watching No.
people have fun because I don't have fun.
I get super anxiety just standing in a roller coaster line.
Oh,
Right.
From
really?
the people screaming, that drives
Like
but
they're going to die.
But I love haunted houses.
So what is
I
it
don't
about
know.
roller coasters that freaks you out?
I think it's the downfall. It's the uphill
yeah.
and then the
Which is life.
Which is well, yeah. So why would I want to fucking put that in a ride? That's not exciting to me.
Yeah.
Have
It's
you
like-
seen that they are now doing VR roller coasters?
No. Yes. Didn't I do one? Well, the
I don't know. Did
cheeky
you?
one?
Yeah, you
Didn't
did.
you come over? Who
Mike,
came
Mike.
over? Oh yeah, it was Mike.
No.
Wrong
Actual
host.
roller coasters with VR headsets.
Oh yeah. I can do that. That's fine because I know it's not real.
No. You're on a real roller coaster with a VR headset.
Oh. Seems kind of overkill, right?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I think it might be that time, guys.
Oh shit!
All right, guys, we're back, and we're going to be taking a special shot today dedicated to this week's paranormal shit, the ghosts and everything. Christina had a name for it. It was called Ghost Shot, which I decided that was just not good enough.
We need to turn that shit up to 11.
Just turn it up to a BTV 11. And so we're going to call this one EctoGASM.
Oh my god.
So, Christina, do you want to tell us how to do it?
So I took jumbo marshmallows and I hollowed out the center of the jumbo marshmallow. And then I wrapped them in parchment paper and I put it in the freezer to be frozen.
Okay.
So the marshmallow will be hard when we would take the shot so we could hold the actual shot. And I made the shot out of cream. So you can either use heavy cream, but we use coffee creamer because that's what
vanilla
we have.
coffee creamer.
And then we use...
You definitely need some cream for EctoGASM.
Right. So I used half cream and then the birthday vodka, and I mixed it together, and it's a ghost EctoGASM shot.
So we got it all mixed up. We're ready to take this EctoGASM. We're going to have a fucking massive, or ghostgasm, I should say.
Oh my god.
And this is only the first time we've said this, by the way.
All right, so Alex is gingerly pouring in these shots. Here's the first one. It's creamy. Oh, it's starting to leak, so let's...
Okay, ready?
I am so ready, guys.
1,
2,
3.
Shoot it!
Air, fill me up again. That's good.
See, and then
This is probably one of the best shots we've done.
It's
Yeah?
pretty good.
I want another one.
And you can eat the marshmallow afterwards.
Yeah.
No dishes.
Edible shot.
It's pretty fucking good.
Well, you like the White Russians.
That's exactly what it tastes like,
Yeah.
dude.
That's why.
Probably, yeah. Oh, I did put ice in the
Okay.
thing to
I got a
keep
little
it.
bit on my pants, but it wouldn't be an EctoGASM if it wasn't in my pants. Oh,
It's actually pretty good.
it is really good.
That's a really good shot, Christina.
Oh, thank you.
Kudos.
Good job.
Thanks.
So, guys, if you want to try this out, we will put the recipe on our Horror Shots page on longlivethevoid.com. And if you want to take this shot and take a video of it, we always encourage it because we just want to see if someone will actually do it.
Right.
I don't think anybody will, but, I think they're too
you're
scared.
going to want to do this shot because
It is really good.
It's pretty good.
So, thank you, Christina, for coming up with not only the name of the fucking segment, but the shot.
I know, I need to come up with more shots.
She's pretty good, man. Anyway, that's it for Horror Shots. So what the fuck is that? I feel like there's something in the room.
Is there something?
Do you notice that?
Am I supposed
It's
to
like a clicking, clacking
paper or
noise.
something?
It feels like, like when you're around like high voltage. You ever get that feeling?
It feels like I'm hearing something. It sounds like
Like a beat.
It's the fucking news! Here is the fucking news!
So, guys, we're back to do all the news for you this week. We got about 5 little ditties. There's not been too much big news. I mean, we kind of went over the trailers and everything last week, but there is a little bit of news that we missed just on the cusp of last week. So we figured we might as well just jump into this one with this.
So they released the new trailer for It.
Yeah,
That
it was
really
the
on
second
cusp,
trailer.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the second trailer, which I didn't even watch the first trailer, and I'm not gonna watch the second trailer.
Can you tell us
You
why?
just want to go in fresh, right?
Yeah, I want to. Well, I obviously know what the
She
new
likes to be a virgin on
Pennywise.
it. She wants it to be a virgin for her.
I obviously know what the new Pennywise looks like. We know
Right.
what the story's about. I don't want to watch trailers because I want to go in there with like no expectations.
I'm getting a better vibe of the characters in the second trailer, and I think it's in a lot of ways it's like I like the first one because it kind of like introduces Pennywise like kicking the door open and like screaming in your face.
Well, pretty much that's what it seemed like the first trailer was. It was
Right.
just like delivering you the Pennywise
Right.
that you guys were all worried about.
And the only question I really had was some of the characters. I was like,
Right.
I don't know if I feel these characters. But then in the second trailer, it kind of like you feel a little bit more closer to the characters, and it feels like almost like Stranger Things. I hate to say it. but
Really?
yeah, it really does.
I can kind of see that, but I almost think it's because it is a modern day take on it.
Well, isn't it supposed to be taking place like as kids? They're the 80s.
the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, and they did that for a reason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
that's like the hot new hip thing. It has been for the last 20 years, but
Well, apparently we're going into the 90s now, is what I was informed.
Well, it's because it's a generational thing. It's,
Right.
It's the kids who are raised in the 80s or the late 80s, early 90s, the millennials.
Yeah.
You know, they need their kind of nostalgia,
Right.
you know, to go back to.
Well, I don't know, because, like, I don't know if it's millennials, because I was born in the 70s, and
yeah, but
I didn't actually experience anything from the 70s. I experienced everything from the 80s.
But you see, I'm a zennial, right?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
we're the in-betweeners, because
Jesus.
I was born in the 70s too, the late 70s, but
Yeah.
again, I didn't really experience the 70s, obviously.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm the youngest
Yeah.
one here then. I was born in 83, so
Yeah, but still, it's
you
still
guys aren't
around,
zennials. Fuck
you know,
y'all.
4 or 5 year period.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, I still think that the second trailer does it justice in ways. I think both of them are really good trailers.
They are really good trailers.
That's a really good sign. Like, I mean, yeah, you could chalk it up to, well, they just edited it well. No,
You know,
but
it really does.
It feels good. It feels like normal. It feels like this is like a good tone. Like
it
everything.
feels
in general.
like an absolute modern take on
Right.
it. And
Yeah.
it feels good.
I'm okay with it. It seems kind of like trippy. It totally reminds me of Stranger Things in a way, you know. But Stranger Things pretty much ripped that off of fucking Stand By Me in a
Right.
way, anyway. So
Which ripped off of it anyway.
Stand By Me, E.T., fucking all, yeah, and It, like all that stuff. So
I just hope this new It movie's better than that TV version. I don't care what anybody says.
I always-
Tim Curry was the best thing about that movie, but
Right.
come on, that movie, it wasn't even a movie. It was a TV series.
Miniseries.
And it sucked.
Miniseries, yeah.
It sucked. It sucked.
well, it
That-
didn't.
No.
Hold on.
It sucked.
Let's cut it back here a little bit.
Bring back
I
the
said
passion a little bit with that
Tim-
sucked, because no way.
Tim Curry was the best thing. I already said that, but
I
Right.
totally agree.
But the whole storyline, the acting, I mean, it really, the ending,
Okay.
really?
I'll
Let me
give you
just sum this up for you real quick. Okay. I agree with you, and I think it's really weird when people go, "Oh, they better not screw it up," because
Yeah.
it's kind of weird, right? Like it's like it was never really perfect.
Right.
We never got to see a rated R version of it. We got to see a
Right.
PG version of it.
It was not even PG. It was a PG for TV. Like,
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
like you. So it's like I'm open to this R rating, guys. I don't think it's really stomping on anything. There's always fucking Tim Curry. Like I'm not gonna try to step on him. And who knows? Maybe Bill Skarsgard really isn't that great of a fucking It character, but the story keeps it up. And like all the
Right.
different situations keep him up.
yeah.
Like he may not be the only driving force like the miniseries was. Tim Curry was the main reason that it was good.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
I will
So
say-
now it's the story that's keeping Bill Skarsgård up, and it kind of works in some weird way, maybe.
Which is why I don't want to see the trailer.
I kind of agree and I kind of don't. I think Bill Skarsgård, he seems like, dude, he's fitting right in like a glove.
I will see. I still haven't heard him talk that much, and he sounds like a kid.
Right, but the certain lines that he delivered in that one trailer we just
creepy.
watched was creepy. And
I like
on
how
the
he goes.
point.
One of the things that he says in the trailer, and I'm sorry, Christina, but he goes, "Take it."
Yes, that's the part I'm thinking about,
Yes.
dude. Oh
It's
my
like he
God.
accentuates that last. And I was like, I kind of like that. I don't know.
It
you
was
know?
good, yeah.
It's gonna be its own thing. I think I'm open to it. The two trailers I've seen, totally cool with it.
I mean, it's part of
You got
all
to
of
hear
our
his
childhood.
laugh, too.
Right. And it's a part of our childhood. It is something that we're going to be biased against because we
Maybe.
all grew up with it.
I don't think so. I think I'm very open to it. I'm okay
very
with it.
I'm open
open
to
to
it
it.
now, but I'm also going to be nitpicking shit.
Yeah, but
I
you
know it.
nitpick everything. So.
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
But one thing that was on Joe Blow's website is
That's connected to this.
Yeah, they asked the director, and actually Skarsgård was not the first choice for Pennywise.
Right.
It was Tilda Swinton,
Lady Brienne, baby.
Yeah, she was also in Constantine
and she was
and
Game of Thrones.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, and she was most known for the witch in Chronicles of Narnia.
I
Oh.
doubt that. Are you serious?
According to IMDb.
Patrick, it's
Come
the
on,
chronic
Game of Thrones.
What?
Game of
Knuckles
Thrones.
Narnia.
Game of Thrones all the way. Game of Thrones all the way.
And she was in Snowpiercer.
But we
which
don't
I
watch
totally
Game of
forgot.
Thrones, so you
I
can
know you guys are out of the loop and everything, but everybody else in the fucking world is watching Game of Thrones right now, and you guys are thinking the same fucking thing.
All right. Well, there you go.
Okay.
She was going to be. She
But
wasn't picked. She didn't audition, guys. She actually just was their first choice, but she was working. And in another bit of fucking news that ties into this, which is so beautifully put together, by the way. It's like the news couldn't be any better situated, is that Tilda Swinton was working on another movie, and it just so happens a little bit of news came out about it. It was Suspiria Remake, which they just announced that the movie is going to be almost 3 hours long.
Why?
Yeah, I am hoping.
Why does that movie need to be 3 hours long?
I don't know. It's 2
I don't mind.
Well, it's not 3 hours total. It's 2 hours 50 minutes. But still, might as well be.
Might as well be 3 hours.
Yeah. What is this fucking Lord of the Rings?
The only thing that's a plus side of
hope not.
it being 3 hours is that we get more of that soundtrack.
I don't know.
I'm kind of
Well,
looking
I'm really
forward to that.
Well, I'm really super excited that Tom York from Radiohead is going to be doing the sound,
right,
the music for it.
which really he just has that real fucking abstract mindset. Where,
Yeah, he said it's a scary thing for him though. He was like, "This is really out of my box."
right.
He's like, "I've never done a score 1, and 2, I know nothing about the source material as much, and I don't want to compete with Goblin, who did the original score for Suspiria." And then the other thing is that we've heard about Suspiria is that it's not even going to be like the original at all whatsoever. It's
Right.
like they keep saying it's its own beast, probably because they know it's going to fuck, like people are going to be pissed off.
Well, the only thing that I was kind of like let down about the whole Suspiria remake is that the color palette and the cinematography is not going to be the same.
Nope, it's not going to be in there.
Why
That's
didn't
a directorial and cinematographer and everything choice.
Why didn't they just make another movie? You know what I mean? Because the story's not going to be the same, right?
It's like, why don't you just do another thing? Why are you dragging
Because it would-
Suspiria through the mud?
It wouldn't have the same pull.
Right.
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't. I agree. But it's like, if you're just doing that because it wouldn't have the same pull, you're really doing a disservice
I don't
Yeah.
to
know.
the series.
But Tilda Swinton is supposed to be in this movie, Suspiria Remake. And I'm assuming, since she's a little bit older, she might be one of the, like, teachers or something,
probably.
or one of the witches. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of
Probably.
curious. She's a really good actor, guys.
Well,
And the cast looks stellar. So it's like they got a lot of hot young talent and new and old talent that like mixed into this. So I don't know. Like I'm open to it. I think most people that I've like noticed in Do You Love Horror, like some of my buddies are like, fuck Suspiria. And I'm like, God damn you.
well, I think the Neon Demon is like
Well,
this.
that's what we were saying.
Yeah, Generations Suspiria.
It is in a way because it's very aesthetic.
I still haven't
Yeah.
sat down and watched that, but from what I've seen from
You-
the trailers, it looks
You would
fucking
like
beautiful.
it, especially the music. Yeah, totally.
It is very hipstery kind of in a way. It's not like Suspiria. Aesthetically, it's like a Suspiria movie.
What about cinematography
Well, I
wise?
thought the story.
Yeah, everything's
I mean,
shot really well.
I thought it was like Suspiria. It was the same kind of like allure, like
Right.
story wise
It
and
was
stuff.
like super slow
Well,
burn,
no,
kind of.
It kind of was because it was the model industry, and Suspiria was like this ballet school.
Right.
Right.
There's similarities.
Yeah,
I'm just
there's
saying that
similarities.
it
Was
That's
it
isn't
why
like-
you can
it's
say
not supernatural.
Was it super slow burn?
Yes, very.
Yes.
It is so super art house, like
Oh.
slow. Every shot is like perfectly orchestrated,
with the
like very slow
soundtrack
camera
and-
pairing.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got to get on this movie.
It's.
I gotta get
I'm
on
not
this.
saying it's like amazing. It's a good movie. It's not one of my favorites. Marked out when we did an episode compared it to
Yeah.
a little bit of Suspiria in the sense of the aesthetics,
Right.
not the story. It's just very, very much like that in a way. So
Right.
anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
So, something we missed just on the cusp of last week that we didn't get to talk about, and I figured I'd bring up this time, is Guillermo del Toro and Patron have partnered up for one of the coolest tequila sets ever. And it's really to kind of promote his new movie, pretty much. Guillermo del Toro pretty much put this together. He put a big bottle, about a 750 milliliter bottle of fucking tequila with Patron. And the actual bottle is called Patron X Guillermo del Toro. And it looks like, you know, some sugar skull-tastic sort of...
Dude, it looks fucking amazing.
It's pretty cool.
I'm not paying $400 for it, though.
Well, no, you're pretty much going to have to pay $500. It's like $475, and I'm guaranteeing the shipping is probably going to make it $500.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you might as well
Plus
just call it.
insurance.
Yeah, like- I would love to get a bottle, but I would never want to open it.
Right.
right.
I would just keep it forever.
Why not make it like $100 make your money back on it, and then more people will buy it.
It's a limited edition. It's just one of those kitschy things that they're trying to use as a promotional tool to sell Patron.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. They're attaching Guillermo's name to it. People are fans of Guillermo. It's just one of those things.
Right.
Yeah.
They got people like us talking about it.
Yeah, see, we're like, exactly. Like, even though Guillermo del Toro isn't necessarily a huge horror director, I mean, he is, but he isn't. He's more of like a fable.
Right, and we got that new fucking Pacific Rim coming out. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, and is he directing that? I don't even remember. So it says here that Stephen S. DeKnight is going to be directing it. He also helped write it, so Guillermo doesn't really have too much to do with it. Let me see if he's actually one of the producers. Yes, he is one of the producers. He's not the executive. John Boyega is also a producer in this, and I think he's going to be acting in it as well. Scott Eastwood, Clint Eastwood's son's going to be starring in it. But anyway, the last bit of news that we have here.
Oh, Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story. She just got cast on M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's
New Glass movie.
Yeah, the Glass movie, the Unbreakable sequel.
Yeah.
And they're calling it, I guess...
They're trying to turn it into a universe.
Yeah, Split was the spinoff or something?
Yeah, Split was part of the Unbreakable universe.
Yeah.
So I guess there's trilogy. Oh, shit. My bad. You haven't watched Split yet?
No.
Jesus Christ, Patrick.
Oh, God. Well, it's obvious. Like, you can't avoid, like...
I'm just happy to hear that there's another Unbreakable, because that's one of the best superhero movies.
Split is Unbreakable.
It's
awesome.
It's in all the fucking articles.
Yeah, sorry guys, if you didn't watch the movie already, we apologize. We didn't think about it because of the news.
Right.
But yeah, so she's, what's her name?
Sarah Paulson. If you don't recognize the name, she's most known for she's been in like every season of American Horror Story.
Right.
She was most known for like the nurse in Asylum. She was the two-headed girl in Freak Show. She was she blind in Coven? I forget. She was Jessica Lange's daughter in Coven.
Okay. Well, she's going to be in it.
Right.
That's interesting. I mean,
I don't know what she's going to play.
I've lost so much interest in American Horror Story. I've just gotten so ever since Freak Show. And what did we watch? Oh, Roanoke. We loved the first episode. We were like, hell yeah, and then it went completely different direction.
It got weird.
It got really weird.
I still want to finish it because I recently watched the first season and
kind of get you back into it.
Yeah. Roanoke was mentioned in the first season, so then I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. So to me, it's like, oh, they're going to make them all link together or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not complicated.
Well, that's it for the news. All right, guys, so I think it's that time that we step into the new segment that we throw out every once in a while. We're going to try to rotate. Mondays are always going to be like a rotating segment. So we'll do, and I mentioned this in the last episode, but we'll be doing like grave plots. We'll be doing after shots. We'll be doing fucking any segment that we want to come up with. Eventually, if you guys have any ideas, we've already gotten like quite a few different ideas for segments for our listener's choice segment that we're going to be doing, where we basically pick something that you guys choose. So I think what we're going to do is take all the ideas that we got from you already and maybe do like a voting thing and see what you guys want. So like a poll.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, that way we can kind of get an idea what you guys want to do.
And it mixes it up, too.
Right, I think so, too. And we'll try to help cross-promote all the different pages we have, so fuck it.
Right.
So, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into that after shots, and we're going to do that
right now.
We are back for our After Shots segment where we get to talk about ghost shit. Title of this week, or this Monday's episode, is going to be called
Ghost Skeptic
or Believer. So essentially what we're going to do is just talk about a lot of ghost stuff here. We're going to talk about some of our personal favorite shows, some of our interests, some different happenings that have happened to us, different stories and things like that. We do want to do this kind of semi-regularly where we kind of talk about ghost stuff because we're really into it. I guess first off, let's start with the big question. Are you a skeptic or a believer? And you don't have to be one or the other, but, let's figure it out.
Right. I've always kind of been on the fence about that. I'm never going to say that I don't believe in ghosts, and I'm never going to say that I do believe in ghosts, but there is some weird shit that just can't be explained, and that's where I'm at.
No, me too. I'm the same way. I'm just, on the fence. It's unexplainable. To me, I think it's more about energy. And
a lot of people say that.
It's an energy. I mean, it's not a physical, thing you can see, but it's unexplainable. You can't explain it.
Right.
But obviously there's something that might be there. I have my own theory about it. I'm sure everyone has their own theories about it. But
so what would you guys say? So you're open?
Yeah, I'm open to it.
So, I mean, do you think you lean more skeptic or do you lean more believer?
I've always been kind of in the middle about it. Because if I don't know, I don't want to say I'm for sure about either or.
Right. Okay.
I'm the same way. I'm just kind of on the fence.
Yeah. I'm kind of too, but I kind of believe more. I think I lean towards believer. Because I have a lot of theories about it. So if I'm thinking about theories about it, then I can't be just on the fence.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to be open to it because I feel like it could alter my reality.
Well, yeah, you get worried about it.
Yeah.
No, I definitely have had experience in my life that's made me question that, but I've tried not to dive too deep into it because it does scare me.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And even though, like I said, I do think it's an energy, but you don't know. I mean, yeah, it could be a good energy. It could be a bad energy. It could be a pissed off energy. So why welcome something you can't explain that you're uncomfortable with?
Right.
Well, and there's no real physical proof, by the way.
Right.
So they don't really have supposed proof. But then they also say the same thing about UFOs. And there's so many people that try to cover it up sometimes. I'm not saying conspiracies. I'm just saying they try to dismiss it so quickly that it's I understand the scientific route is that, you're not supposed to assume things. You're not supposed to theorize on things. Maybe you have a theory and you test that theory and take out every little piece that would make it make sense. Why this would make sense with the science. But yeah, most scientists, they don't try to figure it out, I guess. I don't know. They document.
Yeah, the stuff that's around, but I mean, you don't know when it's going to happen or anything like that, so you really can't come at it. And then you have the whole religious perspective of it too, because it's
sort of. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be religious, though.
Well, no, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, because some religious deeply believe in this stuff, and then some religions absolutely not.
They believe in an afterlife, but they don't believe in a ghost.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I got Tommy and Eric down in Tucson who always make fun of me for the fucking that I get into the Ghost Adventures show. I don't know. I think, and the funny thing is the only thing that really scares the shit out of me in horror movies in general is fucking ghost shit. Ghosts and demonic shit. Not because I'm not super religious, but I don't necessarily think that just because something's called a demon means that it's heaven and hell.
Right.
I think it's just like you were saying, it could be just energies.
I actually have a theory behind that.
Okay, go ahead.
I think, like I said, it's like an energy.
Right.
There's a human ghost energy, and there's this other energy, which they say is non-human, and it's demonic or whatever. But I think they know that they use the words demon and stuff because they know it's scary and they know it's going to bring about fear with you.
So wait, you're saying the ghosts choose this?
Yeah, the ghosts choose.
I don't think you get a choice.
No, not choose. They
It's not like we're trying to vote for fucking Trump here or something.
When they do the EVPs and shit, they're devil and 666 and demon and shit and the three knocks. It's they know that's gonna scare you.
Yeah, what if they're just really pissed off? They're let's fuck with these guys,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, because they feed off the fear, so they know
it gives them energy.
If
even if they're negative or good,
if that's just gonna scare you, that's what they're gonna use against you.
Kind of you ever seen the movie Monsters Incorporated?
Oh, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, where they try to scare people because they feed.
That's what they give them
energy.
energy.
Feeds their energy, But then they learn that laughter is stronger and more powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
So these ghosts just don't know laughter is more powerful.
I don't know why. Try tickling us.
We don't have nearly enough ghost comedians out there, I think.
Yeah. I think there's maybe like phantom ticklers out
if
there.
anybody's on the mic right now, hold on, guys. Let's take a spot, like a little space here real quick.
No. This is our house. I'm not.
Hold on.
No.
We got 3 mics here. We might be able to pick something up.
No. If you're going to do that shit, I'm just going to talk. No.
Come on.
No.
Please.
Come on.
Shut it down.
Just 2 seconds of fucking space, all right?
No.
I'm going to ask a question. We'll let it
No,
talk.
because you let that shit in, and it's not going to go away.
Just let me try this, Christina. I'm going to ask the ghost if they want to get on the mic with us. Maybe make a joke. Because, you know what? Maybe they could get some fear. And if they make us laugh, we can give them some of that energy. What do you think?
What if that doesn't happen?
What if we just get possessed and I fucking, like, murder everybody in the house?
I don't want to talk. See, no, I don't want to. That's not funny.
That's it, yeah.
That's
all
not
right.
funny.
All right. So that's why I'm putting good positive energy because they're trying to make us laugh. So here we go. Is there anything here that wants to be a comedian on the mic? All right, I'll try to blow that up and see if we get any sounds or whatsoever.
Nope.
Yeah, I hear some weird shit here, though, when I'm editing sometimes.
Yeah, it's called the air conditioner.
No. This sounds like people talking.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Like,
I got freaked out just yesterday while I was editing at night, late night. I was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, maybe someone's outside talking or something. I don't know.
It's kind of funny. We haven't talked about this because I know we've talked about our experience and stuff like a million times. But it's like now, when we go to sleep at night, we sleep with the light on, but we also have
the bathroom light on,
the air conditioner going, like the fan is on, and then we also have a noise machine. It's like we have all this.
Yeah, so we would never hear anything.
We sleep in a hurricane.
But the sad thing is that even if we had all those things on, if it was slamming its hand on the bed like it did that time, wouldn't matter, right?
It's Murray. It's Murray. He's trying to get us up. That's all.
So anyway, back to what I was thinking. We were talking about. There are people that believe and some that don't, and a lot of people that make fun of people who do believe or whatever. And just I'm a little more open to it. Like I'm not like a firm believer, so to speak. I'm just kind of open to the possibility because I don't know enough to be able to say whether or not something exists.
Dude.
And I'm not going to stand and campaign behind it like it is, but I did because of my personal experience. I am way open to it than I used to be.
Right.
And that's what I was explaining to Eric and Tommy, that, you just haven't experienced that yet. And when it does, you'll feel bad for talking to me about making jokes out of it because you will not be able to explain it.
Well, I used to be like just being a hardcore atheist where you don't believe in that stuff.
Right.
And the reason why I'm kind of on the fence is because it isn't like I haven't had an experience like by myself. It's usually when I'm with certain people.
Me.
Because, like you, my friend Tiffany.
Okay. So we're going to jump into the stories now, huh?
Well, I don't know.
That's fine.
Sorry, I'm just saying it's kind of weird that, like, me, personally, I don't draw it towards me.
See, now a skeptic would say that person was trying to fuck with you.
But why would that person try to fuck with me when they don't want it? They don't want it there.
Because they don't know that person. And they don't know the situation. But they would say that because it's like, well, maybe that person was making noises or maybe they were talking in their sleep.
So my main reasoning for now being on the fence about it, from going to hell no, that's a bunch of bullshit, to my reason, we were in a hotel, I won't say what hotel, and the phone rang. And we picked it up, and the front desk people picked up the phone, and they were like, "What do you want?" And like, "Well, you called us." And they were like, "Oh, no, you called us." And we were like, "No." And we're like, "Okay, well, that was weird," and we hung up. But then we picked up the phone, and it wasn't even plugged into the fucking wall.
Well, how did you talk to the
I know.
front desk?
No, we have no idea. And then when we were getting ready, because we were going out to a club that night, the radio turned on by itself. And then we were just like, fuck it. We just ignored it.
Right.
And then...
Like they tell you to do in movies.
Right. And we wanted to have fun that night. We were really just like, whatever. And there was shit that was going on that we didn't even realize until we left. We had taken a few pictures on our cell phone. We were looking at them a couple weeks later, and there were people, like there was a guy walking by in the hall. We took a picture in the hall, just the two of us, like a selfie on the cell phone.
Right, and there was nobody there.
There was no one there, because we would have known, because the guy was kind of like, well, he was a good-looking guy.
Oh,
so I was single.
Trying to fuck a ghost.
So we would have noticed, and he was literally like walking by the picture, and we're like, "What? That guy was not there. There's no way that guy was there." So that was like number 3.
Do you still have that picture? I want to see it.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to.
And it's not like it was a ghost.
It was just a dude.
It was like literally a dude, like seriously full on. Dude, and it was.
Well, you guys can be. What if you were just oblivious? Though?
We could have been. Well, I don't know, but I'm so not an oblivious person. I usually know my surroundings.
Yeah, but when you're drinking, were you drinking yet, or?
Well, we were pre-gaming.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like you guys get into your mode.
That's right. I mean, you're right. That
I'm not trying to be skeptical, but I'm just trying to.
No, that's fine. That's totally skeptical, and I was skeptical about it too.
Right. Well, it's just like if the TV's not working, you make sure it's plugged in first.
Right.
So I'm just going through the steps.
Yeah. No. You're completely right. That's how I got from phone to on the fence.
The phone not being plugged in is kind of freaky.
Yeah, and I literally we picked up the fucker. I'm not saying we were just like, oh, the phone's not plugged in. Like literally, it was like. I'm using my hand. I know you guys can't see it, but we literally was like, what the fuck? Like the phone is not plugged in. But we just kind of blew it off.
When you were fishing back to see if the thing was in, did you plug it back in?
No, there was no cord on the phone, Alex. There was no cord.
Oh shit.
Did you pick it up again?
It was one of those old phones too.
Did you pick it up again?
Yeah, and it was nothing.
Weird.
And it was literally the front desk person that we just checked in with, which is what was weird about it.
Weird.
And we didn't call them, and they didn't call us.
And you recognized the voice.
The voice.
That's really strange. That's some Twilight Zone shit.
That's some creepy shit.
And when we were leaving, we stopped and we talked to the guy. We were like, that phone wasn't plugged into the wall. And he was like, what? That's weird. Da-da-da. And yeah. So, I don't know.
So there was no wire in the room for it?
No. We couldn't find one, which was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know if that sounds ghostly or something else.
I don't know. Maybe it was just like a wireless phone. I don't know.
Well, what about you, Patrick? Do you have any interesting stories that would make you kind of on the fence like you are now?
There was a time when I was a kid that I was having breathing problems, and my mom might have thought it was asthma, and we were kind of poor growing up. So there was no me going to the doctor and seeing if I have an asthma. My mom was trying to find an easy fix and got some over-the-counter drugs. It was some kind of over-the-counter inhaler, I believe. And that night, I remember taking it before dinner and then violently throwing up.
Oh, God.
Right. It didn't even look like I digested the food. It was like, oh, look, there's the burger I ate. Gonna eat it again.
It's just like a whole burger.
Right. But I remember just being terrified all of a sudden and feeling an overwhelming presence in the room, almost like it was talking to me. But
when you were in the bed, when you went to bed,
I didn't go to bed. I did share a bedroom with my brother at that time, but I hate sharing a bedroom with him, so I would sleep on the couch by myself.
Well, let me paint the picture better here because I'm a little confused.
Okay.
You ate dinner right before you took dinner. You took the inhaler.
Right.
Okay. So you're at the table when you threw up?
No, it was after I ate dinner. I went out to get the mail or something, and I remember throwing up in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this paints it a little bit better. So what'd you do when you came back?
So when I came back, it was this business as normal. We watched some television with my family, and they went to bed, and then I watched a little bit more TV out in the living room and decided to go to bed on the couch.
Okay.
And I don't remember like I said, I felt like an overwhelming presence in the room, and I didn't necessarily hear any words being spoken to me, but it felt like someone was talking to me, and it was coming from the corner of the room, which was where the end of the couch. There was like probably enough room for maybe an end table, but there was nothing there. It was this empty space. And I just remember staying up until the crack of dawn, just looking at the corner, being petrified.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, now, the skeptic would probably say, what the fuck was in that inhaler that you took?
And it could have been something from the
that
inhaler.
you might have had an allergic reaction
And
to.
the pharmacy tech in me says, well, that inhaler, because I know what inhaler you're talking about, isn't even on the market anymore.
Because it did
Because
that?
of shit like that.
Are you
So
being serious?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So it definitely could have been that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
Sorry,
there's
man.
I'm
also-
sorry, I didn't mean to.
Why you gotta
No.
shit on his ghost
Yeah,
story?
shit
It's
on
all
your
right
ghost
because,
story.
I mean, ever since, it doesn't happen anymore, and maybe it could have been another effect of the inhaler, but this also happened before I started doing the inhaler, that I would, watching the Paranormal Activity kind of brought it up, but, like, I would hear my name.
Yeah, you were saying that, yeah.
Yeah,
and-
that's kind of weird.
It is weird, and it hasn't happened in about, like, maybe 5 years, but,
Just whispering.
yeah, it was
Just
just like someone was like right next to my ear and being like, Patrick. And it wasn't like whispering, it was like a normal voice, but it was just like, close enough to your ear that it didn't feel like whispering,
Right.
but it was a low voice. Like I said, I haven't heard it in 5 years. I haven't really thought much about it. And
You probably hear
I kind of leave it at that. You know what I mean? Right. Maybe. Who knows?
I always sometimes, I know it sounds silly.
She hears
Like-
how the people
No,
talking.
no,
The voices.
I feel like my grandparents are around me sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, like I get a sense of them, but I never like talk about it because it's like, I don't know, it's my
Man.
grandparents.
Well, make sure your grandparents know how much I love you. Just because I hit you.
But I
I'm
was
just
gonna,
kidding.
I was gonna
kidding.
say for something to say your name. I mean, if you had a relative die who like maybe was just like being like, "Hey, I'm here," because you do hear stories about that all the time. Like, relatives will like dead relatives
Recently deceased.
yeah, recently deceased. Like dead relatives will give you signs that they're around. Like,
Right. Well, they're just hanging on before they leave.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, and I
to
kind of.
let you know.
I always
they're
kind of feel
around.
like, you know how we cast a shadow because of the sun or light or whatever. I almost feel like my theories on what afterlife is in a way is kind of like almost like you just stain whatever it is with your life.
Like an
your,
echo.
Yeah, like your body pulsates this sort of energy that takes on, it's almost like a memory.
Right.
It's like a memory that is cognizant of itself, and it in itself is life because it's moving. We're moving through this, like, air to us is just air.
Right.
It's not wet. It's not, you know what I mean? But like we're moving through this reality in a way, I guess, where it stains it with traumatic moments sometimes. They call that what is it?
Oh, what is it called?
When it's an echo of like a memory or something like that. But I
Yeah.
forget what they call it. But there's also
Right.
intelligent ones and voices and stuff like that too that will like answer questions.
See,
and,
again, it's that whole energy thing. It's
well, it's like I
it's
feel like
that
when you die,
different-
like a piece of you
different
stays
types.
a little bit.
Yeah, and if
It's like latent.
you died traumatically, like you're murdered or
Right, it
something
stains
like that,
everything.
It stains, and that's why with haunted houses, that's why it's like the same thing happening over and over and over again, almost like it's like hell. But
Well, there was that movie that they did that was a really cool idea called by Darren Lynn Boozman. I forget what the name of the movie is.
oh, that's right, with all the rooms.
Yeah, he buys houses that where murders took place and like literally
Right.
removes the room and then puts it into his own house, which was an amazing idea. But what I didn't like about the movie is that the spirits were really cheese dick.
yeah.
Like it just it didn't feel like.
Was it like 13 Ghosts or whatever?
No, I would have preferred that
Yeah.
over what they did. It was like,
Great concept, but
it was like smoky people.
yeah.
Huh.
Like they just turned into smoke. And that's cool and all, but it just didn't feel as like scary as I felt like it should have been.
Right.
You know? I don't know. But anyway, it was a really interesting concept, and I can't think of what it's called now. Why the
Yeah.
fuck am I not? Oh, it's called Abattoir.
That's the name of the movie.
Right, which he's got a bunch of other movies coming out. But anyway, I always thought, like, because we watch a lot of like ghost shows and stuff, and we really get into it. Like, it's kind of addictive. Like
it totally is.
Like we got so into it because I think what happened to me and her.
Right.
And we just kept watching Ghost Adventures because it was just highly entertaining. With the first initial response that I said, I was like, oh my God.
These douchebags.
Yeah, these bros, like everybody says bros, but whatever. But like, yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? But I couldn't keep my eyes off of it.
It's like season after season, they got better. Like as a team, they went from just like douchebags making a show, and I really think they didn't believe, and then like shit started hanging on.
Well, his whole story is about him not believing.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
He had an event happen.
Yeah, this is.
He
real.
became addicted because something happened to him. He was totally not into it. He didn't think anything like that would be real.
Right.
He made jokes about it even, I bet. And then all of a sudden one day he was like, what the fuck? I can't explain that.
Yeah.
And then he just got hungry for more. And then he went out and did it on his own. And then he would like start to record this shit. And then all of a sudden he was like,
But
he got a show. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on?
The people who actually believed in it were like, "Hey, no, don't be doing it the way you've been doing it because
he was provoking."
Yeah, he was provoking, and it's gonna latch onto you, and it did. And now it's like the tables have turned, and they've gotten more professional and whatnot.
Yeah, it's attached to them supposedly.
Yeah,
and I believe it because they don't make a big point about it. Like,
right.
They just say, you could just tell that they've changed, like, drastically. They do still provoke a little, and fucking Jay's crazy as fuck in that show. He'll fucking straight up put a pentagram on the floor and start fucking worshiping Satan.
Yeah.
Like, right there,
seriously.
like, and you're just like, what the fuck,
Why
Jay?
are you doing this? Like, going into fucking, like, graves and shit?
Right.
But anyway.
Like, old school fucking, like, rituals and shit.
But
Right.
But still, I'm skeptical or whatever about their show because it's like...
Like, I used to be really addicted to those kind of shows, like when Taps first came out.
Yeah, you always mention Taps, yeah.
Well, that's when I first got into it.
Right
before, like, Ghost Adventures and when it kind of died out. But it always just seemed like it was all this build-up for nothing. It's like, we're trying to keep you intrigued just to get us the ratings until the end of the show, and then whatever. We don't give a fuck.
Right.
Well, that might have been Tabs.
Right, but
I never got that vibe from Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
I might have just been on that one already, you know what I mean? And then I went to Ghost Adventures, it was like, all right, I'm fucking done.
But to be legitimate,
Right.
like, when I do watch Ghost Adventures, I think to myself, like, these guys have a lot of shit happen to them that I've never seen any other show have. So it does make you go, like,
why
are they?
Why is it happening to them? Like, why? Yeah, so you get kind of skeptical on,
Yeah, I'm a little like, why is this always happening? And then I started like coming up with my own like creative stories in my head. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Grave Encounters. I haven't really watched it, but I hear that a ghost hunter gets a spirit attached to him and follows him around to all these locations, and he gets possessed somehow. I think that's what it's about. I can't say because I've never finished it. I started, every time I've like been interested in watching, I'm like, yeah, I can't watch this. It's like,
what else?
It's the acting. I just can't get into it. But
Right.
anyway, I always thought like, well, what if, like, hypothetically, if Zach is technically somehow been like, there's something attached to him and it stirs up all this shit and everywhere that he goes.
See, and I question... Maybe that's why the museum isn't open yet.
You think?
Yeah.
Are they worried? I bet you he's just worried about legal shit.
Yeah. Well, I follow the Twitter page, and they had a Twitter on there the other day that they had a bunch of stuff happen in that. What's that box?
The Dybbuk box.
Yeah, something happened in the Dybbuk room. And
in the basement, right?
Yeah, God damn it, I forgot what happened. But
yeah, if you guys don't know already, like we're still talking about Ghost Adventures because it happens to be one of the only shows that we really love, like religiously watch. But there's a basement, like he has this whole museum in Las Vegas. It's an old mansion that he bought, and I guess some people died there too.
But they didn't realize it until after they bought it,
right?
And yeah,
but the place he has nothing but artifacts from some of the most haunted fucking items in the world.
But Jesus Christ, like he's been putting this museum together for like over a year.
More than that, about 2 years.
And he hasn't even opened it up to the public yet.
Right. Which just recently, they actually did a casting call. And they said they had like 1,000 entries or some shit like that. Like 1,500 entries where you would just basically tell them why you should be picked.
And you did a...
Yeah, I did one.
Well, I talked you into it.
She made me do it, yeah. She was like, you should do it because of the shit that happened here.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you're always so obsessed with that. You should go. And I was like, and I've thought about it, and I've talked to like my new buddy Kevin Bubna, I think his name is. But he does like ghost hunting and shit like that. And he told me if he came back out here, that we could go do it. And I was like, cool. Yeah. He's like, that'd be a good episode to talk about, wouldn't it? And I was like, yeah, but I'm scared out of my mind to do that kind of shit.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I might want to do it. So, but anyway, yeah, I figured that this is kind of like a promotion tool, because I've been saying this whole season, I'm like, oh, he's just doing this till the season's over, and then he's going to fucking open it up, and it's going to be this crazy thing. But now they're doing a casting call to get people out, and I think it has something to do with the opening of it.
Right. I hope so, because I'm sick of waiting.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shit in there. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. Again, I take it with a grain of salt sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm like, is it real? Like, could they fake that?
Right.
How could they fake that? But when they're, like, doing live EVPs, and they're, like, literally recording it while they're doing it, I'm, like, kind of, like, up in the air a little bit. Like, maybe it's saying things.
Well, I don't
Like,
know.
how could they record that and have it say things while they're all standing there?
Right.
Well,
My dad and I got in an argument about that. Remember?
yes, of course I remember.
Because he said,
I
oh,
had
it
to
could be
leave-
faked. And I'm like, okay.
I had to leave the room.
So do you haven't watched any of the Ghost Adventures or what? What's going on?
I've seen a couple here and there. I remember seeing one when I was over here one time that I was like intrigued.
You've only
about.
seen a couple?
Yeah, I haven't seen a whole season, but I've seen about maybe like 6 episodes.
Oh, dude.
Oh, God.
Dude, there is so much.
18 seasons or something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's all been scattered. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've seen a season or an episode from season 3. I've seen an episode from season 6. Whatever. I remember.
I really think you would enjoy it. That's why it's a little
I
surprising.
kind
to
of
me.
did, but then I just got stuck on that thing where it's just like, all right, this is just the build up for the fucking commercial, and so you just stay tuned till they come back, and then there's
but
nothing.
you gotta watch it without commercials there, Pat.
Yeah,
This is back when I was paying for cable. Okay.
Well, you gotta watch it on your sorry.
you can even get the whole seasons for like $10.
Right.
And they're worth $10. Like the whole season. You're
No,
gonna
there's
find
been some intriguing stuff I've seen on there.
That's like some of the seasons were like 24 episodes. So.
And then they go to places where you expect there to be a lot of activity,
And then there
there's
isn't.
nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
And then they go to places that aren't. They don't expect to have a lot of activity. And
Right.
They get a lot.
Like what was it, Paris, where they had the Black Plague and there was that island?
Yeah, you would think that'd be the worst spot in the world.
And there was nothing.
Yeah, they did have the cameras get knocked over on the bridge.
Yeah.
We've seen too many episodes, dude. You'll find a really amazing one every like 8.
yeah.
Like they're all like kind of cool, but
Right.
when you have that good one, and they're only like 40 minutes long. So
You know what? Which one I really got into, and I think it's kind of faded away now, was Paranormal State.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, me either.
No. Oh, this guy
What?
is an actual, I guess he was a professor at Penn State who actually did a class on this kind of shit. Like
Okay.
paranormal
Oh.
activity and stuff. He had a lot of really interesting episodes, but I think it just kind of faded away. I'm not sure if it's still on or...
I think you have to kind of have somewhat of a kind of a mix of entertainment value
Right.
and as legitimacy,
Like subject matter.
Yeah. Like, and I'm not saying that you have to fake it necessarily to do it, but you have to make it kind of any Joe can do it.
Right.
I think that's
Right.
the appeal of why Ghost Adventures is so popular, is because like it is just these like regular guys,
Well,
and it makes you feel like you could go out and do it.
Yeah.
what I like about it too, I mean, it's just those guys. In some of the other shows
Right.
that we watch too, it's like they have the producer there and they have like other camera crews, and I'm like
Right.
that bothers me because stuff will happen to the producer when they're rolling, and I mean they still show the footage, but then it's like, to me, I'm like, why the fuck is the producer even doing there? Like,
so
they
it's
don't
kind of
need
like
to be there.
a Bear Grylls moment. You're like, what the hell? You're like in the back parking lot of a fucking CVS, dude. I can see the fucking cars in the background.
Right.
Right.
One thing that does bother me that they do in a lot of these shows now is they put on like sort of the reenactment stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that they do in that reenactment makes me go, well, if they could do it right there, then maybe they could do it during the show.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, why are you doing that?
I mean, I understand the whole painting the picture for the viewer. Because Ghost Adventures, they do it too.
Ghost Adventures, Ghost of Shepherdstown.
Yeah, they paint, but they don't go overboard with the reenactments.
Paranormal Lockdown doesn't do it.
Oh, yeah, they don't, do they?
They don't. No, I don't think so.
I think it's still kind of weird that you guys haven't seen or heard about Paranormal State.
No.
I have, but I think it's like 10 years old, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty old. Like I said, it kind of faded away.
You need to watch Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Lockdown, Season 2 only. Because I didn't like the first season.
I didn't like the first one either.
And then the first season of Ghost of Shepherdstown is really good. We're on the second season now, and actually my cousin is in that show, The Ghost of Shepherdstown.
No shit.
Yeah, he's Mike King on the show.
Oh wow.
And he's actually the chief.
Who calls in the paranormal investigators.
Like all the people in Shepherdstown know him as the paranormal police officer guy. So like all the like towns that are near it, Sharpsburg, Martinsburg, everywhere around there near the is it the Potomac?
Yeah.
Okay.
Potomac River.
Yeah. It's near West Virginia, right? Shepherdstown, West Virginia.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's pretty interesting, and I almost feel like I should try to get my cousin on, like, because I probably totally could.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I wouldn't even think to do that, but I don't even know where to begin with him.
Right.
Like, I haven't even talked. I don't even know if we even know each other.
What's up, bro?
That would be interesting. I don't know. Like, I'm sure that we could talk and stuff, and like, I don't know. It just seems weird, right?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know your cousin that well, and
it just sounds like you want to use them.
Yeah, I don't want to be that way, but I mean,
I think if he was into it, he'd be down to do it.
Yeah, maybe it'd be interesting to be like, hey, because, I mean, he's even got my last name.
Right. I would just say not beat around the bush if you ask him. Just be straightforward with him. Be like, look, dude, I do a horror podcast.
Yeah, I also worry that, like, it's not our tone and, like, how we talk about stuff. It might be a little too much for my family.
Right.
Oh, yeah, Alex has a show. You know, Ted's son? Oh, yeah, well, he's fucked. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys listeners, what do you think I should do? And have you guys seen Ghost of Shepherdstown? Like, we got season 2. We're not 100% on it, though. The second episode was really fucking good.
It was okay. I'm still thinking it might be staged.
Oh, wait, hey, I forgot to say something earlier, but I was going to say, like, yeah, another reason why I kind of on the fence about ghosts is that my dad, he's like a hardcore Christian, does not believe in ghosts and shit like that. And he has this story about when he used to bartend in a bar he used to work at in Chicago called the Fat Black Pussycat. I say that just because I like to say the Fat Black Pussycat. Because
I've heard that name.
Right, but it's just an awesome name for a bar. But apparently one night when he was closing up, it was one of those trope things that you've probably heard about. He was stacking all the chairs on the table, cleaning the bar, all that kind of nonsense. And he said he looked away for 2 seconds and turned around and all the chairs were unstacked.
What?
That would be weird, yeah.
That would be weird.
See, I'm a little skeptical about something like that. Kind of like the phone thing.
But it's my dad, and like I don't know my dad to spin tales like that. And
oh no, I'm not saying he's a liar, but I'm just saying there's more skepticism on my part because I wasn't there.
Right.
And that's part of the problem. Like, if you've never experienced it, you'll never...
Yeah, you'll never know. Another thing I was going to mention, it's funny because my mom was raised in Chicago, and, well, she doesn't say she was raised in a haunted house, but she won't talk about it.
Oh,
yeah.
So she's one of those where it's like kind of like what we saw on the paranormal.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Well, yeah, she said that, but she would say, yeah, doors would open by themselves. You hear shit at night, whatever. That's just the way it is. And it's funny too because I watched this home show on Netflix. I forget what it's called. But the guy they renovate like old homes, and they always talk about how they're haunted, and it's like no big deal. It's like, that's just how it is.
Huh.
Which I think is kind of funny too, because, well, in America's only, like a couple 100 years old, like not even. And, back there, it's like thousands of years, and they're living in like these relics of houses made out of probably people's skulls and shit.
This isn't France, honey.
It's like, and it's funny too, because the host is always like, so are you gonna haunt this house once you die? Like, seriously, it's not a joke. Like, he's serious. And the guys were like, well, yeah, I am, because I spent so much fucking money, like, updating this goddamn house. Of course I'm gonna haunt it when I die. So I think that's kind of funny.
Like the Winchester?
Yeah.
The Winchester
He's
Mansion?
going to start building crazy rooms off to the side.
Wasn't that
Dude, that is
built
a
for
seriously
spirits,
crazy-ass
though.
mansion, though, dude.
Yeah, well,
like,
she
doors
felt-
that lead
yeah.
nowhere. You're like, what the fuck?
Well,
she had
and
a
if you guys have never
spirit
heard of this
room.
story, guys, you who are listening, the Winchester house or Winchester home or whatever they call it was the home of the son of...
No, it was a daughter.
No, she was married to the guy.
Oh.
Yeah. So the son of the guy who made the Winchester rifle, who basically they won the war with, they consider, he made these guns, his dad did, and then he owned the house and ran the company, and she felt so guilty. She felt so guilty about it that she built this entire house to make no sense whatsoever, so that ghosts would get lost.
It's because
They couldn't chase her or whatever in the house.
The spirits told her to build the house.
Yeah, because she was losing her mind.
To keep building the house, or the spirits were going to get her.
So weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I guess we'll pass this off to you as the listener. Like, where do you stand on the fence? Like, write us in the Facebook comments or wherever we post this episode, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever. Let us know what you guys think about this kind of thing. We just kind of wanted to have a little quick chat and see where it went and just have a little fun for after shots. So we hope you enjoyed it and we didn't just yammer on about stuff. And I was having some mic problems a little bit, so you may notice that my voice went in and out, so I apologize for that. But so what do you guys? I'm so glad to have you guys back. Like,
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
fucking glad to be here.
Right, dude. So, guys, we're going to basically close this one up, and we're going to come back on Thursday for a brand new episode where we talk about Paranormal Activity 1 and Paranormal Activity 2. Ooh, and then we'll compare, contrast, and talk about all the goodies for that. But if you guys haven't already, please check longlivethevoid.com for our horror shots, news, everything that you want to know about it. All of our social media and everything's on there too. So, and if you're listening to this episode this far, you better share.
Right.
Please share.
You fucking asshole.
Do you guys want to say anything else?
Thank you.
What the hell was that?
They sounded like a record, like...
Totally did.
It totally did, didn't it?
Was
I
the
think
dog?
it was Murray.
Oh my god, I think
it was.
Are you sure? I think it was Murray.
We got a ghost DJ in here or something?
So what did you want to say? Quick.
I just want to say thanks for having me back, and I love being here, and rock on, guys. Have a
All
good
right.
weekend.
Christina?
Or a good week.
Thanks.
All right, guys, we'll see you on Thursday. Hope you have a great rest of the couple of days.
You have been listening to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. Tune in this Thursday for part 2 of Paranormal Activity 1 and 2.